This video is called Eliminating Negatives. So by mastering mindfulness through the pause breath, you are now ready to use a set of skills to get past, eliminate, or capitalize on all negativity in your life. So some people will think this is going too far. They'll say, Kale, the world isn't all rainbows and kittens. But this is only partly true. The world is full of rainbows and kittens. Now that you know how the subconscious mind works, understand that the mind only works with the materials that it has. I want to tell you the story of the enlightened Ronin. A Ronin is a wandering samurai, by the way. On a dreary morning, a drunken Ronin walked aimlessly along an empty road when a monk appeared. The Ronin, being very depressed, stopped the monk and begged for guidance. He asked, "Is there such thing as heaven, and if yes, is there such thing as hell? And am I doomed to go there?" The monk retorted, "Who are you but a drunken brute? You couldn't even begin to understand such insightful things. Be gone from my presence and don't waste my time." Enraged, the Ronin drew his sword. He prepared for a kill. The monk calmly said, "This is hell." Taken back, the Ronin's face softened. He sheathed his sword, calmed his gaze, and humbly bowed before the monk. The monk smiled, touched the Ronin on the shoulder, and said, "This is heaven." If you want to live in a peaceful world, you'll need to start seeing peace. And considering what got you here in the first place, along with the mind's natural ability to seek negativity, it only seems logical to learn how to rid ourselves of as much negativity as possible, right? You cannot be brainwashed into believing that the world is 100% good, but you can certainly rewire your mind to see much more of it. If there was a Surgeon General's warning on every bad news story, on every sad song, or every person that is still blinded by the suffering, this might be easier. But for those situations that take a little bit of tact, I'm going to share with you a few amazing techniques. The first is to completely remove the negativity. If you are about to engage in an argument, interrupt that pattern with a pause breath. Excuse yourself or bow out. If you feel the need to validate, remember to ask yourself whether you want to be right or you want to be happy. If you can walk away, if you can change the subject, or if you can simply tune it out, do it. For the times that it is you against your thoughts, remember to affirm that these are yours and they are not you. You are the observer of these thoughts. Label the thoughts and feelings as they come to you, both good and bad. Practice this. Say, "I am experiencing some negative thought right now." Don't get caught up in it. Sit back and watch it. Narration like this can pull you out of the subconscious loop or separate you from feeling it. This is a fantastic practice on mindfulness. By not getting caught up in a negative thought, you weaken it. Thoughts derive their power from the attention that we give them. When you say, "I hate feeling this way," remember that you are asking for more. You are giving power to that feeling. Don't beat yourself up over random thoughts. Always be kind to yourself. And you will make this intrusive thinking weak and eventually non-existent. If the feelings and thoughts seem overwhelming, one of my favorite tactics is to meet it with even more energy. So much energy that it becomes ridiculous. See if you can make yourself laugh by over-exaggerating your fear to a ludicrous level. For instance, if you are afraid of getting dizzy, tell yourself that you will get so dizzy that you will vomit everywhere. That everyone will see this and they'll all vomit as well. Cut to the next scene and the news reporters are covering a dizzy vomiting epidemic that is spreading all over the world. If you're afraid of driving, imagine that you forget to check your speed, and the next thing you know, 12 police cars are chasing you. You realize that you're too far gone to stop now. Your phone rings and someone with a masked voice is giving you instructions on where to stash the diamonds you now realize are in your back seat. If your self-talk is scary, give it a comical voice. Remember that you should have a silly name for your ego, right?
Pretend that Marvin the Martian is now telling you that you are not good enough. This method is incredibly powerful and should not be overlooked, much like my space discombobulator.
It might be a little more.
Kermit the Frog here.
Anyway, by diverting our attention and getting lost in the story, we loosen the grip we have on our fears. This same mindset can be used in the opposite direction, giving whatever you fear a ridiculously positive spin. If you fear going outside, imagine then when you do, that the world is going to be there clapping for you. They put a medal over your head and crown you queen of the universe with unlimited supply of Doritos. Whatever you decide to do the next time negative thoughts and fears pop into your head, make sure that you don't take it too seriously. Treating yourself kindly means meet the negative with love. If someone is opposing your opinions or criticizing your work, rather than getting caught up in your head, Focus on them and the message and meet it with love. Immediately appreciate that they would take precious time out of their day to help you. Forget their intentions. Forget the history or the hierarchy with this person. Pay attention to loving the ability to experience this very moment. Walk away and fill your thoughts with gratitude and think well of them. Just bombard yourself with love. Remember, the mind works with the tools that it has. Love them. Love the contrast. And above everything, love yourself. That's what this is all about. Feed your mind love and positivity, and you will not only feel better, you will experience this love more often. For the negative that is completely out of your control, like the horrific news stories or someone's sad post on social media, understand this very basic but very challenging concept. No amount of tears shed can make someone feel happier. No amount of sorry can undo what has already been done. As a primal society, it was pertinent for our survival to share life-threatening information. Remember Bob? But now, people believe that sharing the knowledge of a school bus accident or a tornado that destroyed a town, that this knowledge is somehow powerful. But until you learn not to feel it, and to only react to it if you can actually help it in some way, you must avoid it. By crying for others, by maximizing your empathy towards the problems that you cannot change, you are only wiring your mind to experience more of it. The further you travel along this journey of strength and positivity, you may realize just how much of the world actually thrives off of pain and suffering. Do not feel alone. Be the light unto the darkness. Mahatma Gandhi said, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." This is the best you can do. And you may be surprised sometimes at just how much deep down your friends and family truly want to experience happy when they're wallowing in useless suffering. But don't spend your energy trying to change them either.